Hello students, I am Darshan Deodhe from English Department, KTHM College, Nasik. Today I'll give you a synopsis of a short story by R.K. Narayan. You know who was R.K. Narayan? R.K. Narayan's full name was Rasipuram Krishnaswamy Iyer Narayan Swamy. He was born on October 10 in 1906 and lived up till May 13, 2004. He has written under the name R.K. Narayan. He was an Indian author who wrote in English. His works include novels and short stories. He is one of three leading figures of early Indian literature in English alongside Mulkraj Anand and Raja Rao, and is credited with bringing the genre to the rest of the world. See, this is very interesting short story. In this video, I am just dealing with a synopsis of a short story called Shadow. The main characters are as Sambhu, Sambhu's mother, Sambhu's father. Next, see, Sambhu, the young son of his dead father, begs for Anas to see the film starring his father. But his mother feels fear in her heart because she does not want to see her husband again on film screen because he was dead since 6 months ago. She fears that her husband may not be seen on screen. She had a vague idea that the producers would not release the picture in which her husband was acting. Sambhu's mother could not tolerate the view shown by the young boys who, holding the picture of her husband, were moving across the road. The mass protest rose to stop the release of film. But at last she came to know that the picture was going to be shown and her husband was again going to speak, move and sing and so on. Actually, Sambhu was highly delighted, as if his father had come back to life. He repeatedly asked his mother to see the picture, but she explained that she could not tolerate to see her husband again move and speak like a live person. Sambhu explained that a mere photo was also no more different than from film photo. Sambhu could not do his class properly. On getting a chance, he would speak up to his friends that his father had been paid 10,000 rupees for the film acting. Sambhu persuaded his friend to go to cinema for watching the show, acted and story written by his father. Previously, his father had told him the gist of this story. The story was about a young girl named Kumari who was forced to marry at the age of 14 and who refused and wanted to study in a university and earn an independent living. Sambhu was seen sitting in the film hall, eagerly waiting for the picture to begin. Since his father's death, he had not seen any film and the hall started to be darkened. After the show of trailers, the real picture started. His father came on the screen. He was wearing the dhoti and shirt he used to wear at home. Then Sambhu saw a little girl on the screen, to have been patted on her head by him. The girl was with a slate on her knee and he started dictating to her. He asked her a little arithmetic, to which she accurately answered. Then he was, yes, then his father was delighted. Sambhu remembered how he once committed mistake in solving a puzzle. After the film ended, Sambhu gazed at the aperture in the projection room as if his father had vanished into it. The world seemed very lonely to him, and he started running to his house where his mother had been waiting for him. He told his mother that it was a lovely film show, and he also narrated how his father sang and acted. His mother listened to him in grim silence. He also asked her why she did not say anything. He also requested her to give him 4 annas every day for film. His mother warned him to be careful for his study. Then he refused to go to film, but Sambhu. Then she refused to go to film, but Sambhu went every day. And at the end of every show, he felt sorrow because his father was no more seen. Sambhu was always longing for to have his father's company, but his mother felt sorrow at his neglect in study. His mother was unable to understand his cravings for the film enacted by his father. After a long persuasion, Sambhu's mother agreed to go to film. Both son and mother went to the cinema. At the night show, she sat in the women's row. She gathered all her courage to view the picture. After the trailer, the real show began, and by the time she had been ready and her heart started beating faster, she could see her husband talking to her, singing and playing with children, and everything seemed as usual. She felt the show as an affliction to her, and she shut her eyes several times. Then she came to saw her husband sitting in a chair reading newspaper. She remembered how he had been reading the newspaper before he died. Now she could not control her. The scene was really unbearable, and she started sobbing. And thereafter what happened? The lights in the hall were put off, and the show was halted, and Sambhu had to run to search her mother in the crowd, and finally they all went home. See, meanwhile Sambhu was observing his father on screen, and father was talking with a girl named Kumari who was about to cry. Immediately Sambhu heard a high-pitched sobbing from women's class. People present there shouted for light to on because there was an accident. Sambhu woke up and saw his mother was being lifted from the floor. So he impatiently rushed to the spot and found his mother being faint. Coming back to her sense, she told Sambhu to go away. They both felt the place reading a small horse carriage. Yes, Sambhu realized it was the last parting from his father. See, now what themes do we come across in this short story? The theme of grief, letting go, struggle, connection, especially connection of Sambhu to his father. It means Sambhu had established a kind of connection with his father. He had difficulty to forget his father. Loss, Loss of whom? Loss of a family member. Acceptance, it means Sambhu and his mother have to accept the grim reality, loneliness and memories. Okay friends, I hope you enjoyed this synopsis. Thank you.